Hi everybody, back to another Farming Buzz video. In this video we will be running through pigs. So this will be a guide to pigs basically. So as you can see, we're on my Elm Creek map on Farming Simulator 22, and we have got two pig pens or pigsties right here. So what pigs can do for you is not a lot really. What they do is they can produce slurry out of this pipe here, which slurry can be used to fertilise your fields or contract fields or anything. And then they also the only other thing they do is they breed, they reproduce, and then you can sell them off when they get to the right age and right amount of money and whatnot. So I run down through them then. Obviously this is the tip icon here. So this is for straw. So you can put straw in them to obviously bed them down, and also where you put their food. So if we now, well, let's just go into this menu here for now. So in this menu you can see we've got the animal dealer here, and then this side is our actual pigsty itself. And so you can see this pigsty will hold 108 pigs. So like I said, we have got we've got some 4-month-old pigs, some 0-month-old pigs, and some 10-month-old pigs. So pigs do reproduce quite quickly. If we go into this one here, you can see their reproduction rate is every 4 months, providing that they are 6 months old. So if you buy the brand new ones, you're going to have to wait for 6 months and then an additional 4 months, so 10 months if you buy the youngest ones, which are cheaper. But you would have to wait a total of 10 months before you see any more pigs in your pigsty. So I do have two, like I said, I do have two. I use them on my farm simply to produce the slurry, because I do a lot of, my end goal on here is making cake, and so I just use slurry for fertilizer, organic fertilizer basically. So right then, if we go over, I'll show you how we feed them, because I do think they do need feeding. We'll just check that. Let's go and have a look at our pigs. Yeah, they do need feeding, so let's go get them some food, shall we? So here we go, let's jump into our telehandler here. Let's now maneuver and go get some food for them, which I store all my food in here. Probably best to do it from the other way. There we are then. So got a couple of bags. Bit awkward in this barn to get the bags out. So feed wise, pigs, they will just take. I do this. This is the way I feed them, just because it is simpler. It is easier. So you just carry your bags over to here. There are other ways, but so you just carry your bags over to here, and then we can now watch in the menu. We can now watch, depends on which one we're feeding. There we go. So you can see total capacity is going up as the bags are emptying, which they're emptied now, so that's why I stopped. So in here, what you can see, they've got slurry. They hold slurry, and I give them straw. Their health is at 100%. Production, these ones are, I think, that's puberty, reproduction. So these are nearly through their puberty, so they're nearly old enough to start reproducing. These ones, obviously, they have just reproduced because these are 0 months old. So in a month's time, this reproduction bar will go up. So you can see total capacity for food effectiveness is, we've got 6,649 litres in there. So you can feed them, instead of feeding them bags, you can feed them individually. So base food is things like, it should tell you in this menu down here. Base food is things like corn or sorghum, and then grains is wheat or barley. Protein is soybeans, canola, and sunflower, and then root crops are potatoes or sugar beet. So going back to our menu here, so that's what we have here basically. So you can feed them each individual thing, but then base food only gives you a 50% effectiveness, and then grain only gives you 25%. So you do, if you want the full 100% effectiveness, which gives them the best health, you do need to feed them a bit of each sort of thing. So if you're not up to growing all the different types of, I say all the different types. You can feed, like I said, you can grow. You'd have to grow corn or sorghum, wheat or barley, soybeans or canola or sunflowers, and then potatoes or sugar beet. You'd have to grow a combination of them in order to get 100% health and 100% effectiveness. So the easier way is just to feed them with bags. Now, how you can go about getting those bags is you can either go into the store on them using the menu, into the big bags icon, and then we can find the pig feed right here, and it's £900 for 1,000 litres. So it's basically 90p per litre. I do have a mod installed, which is this one here, but this would be £1 per litre. So it's actually cheaper to get the base game, the base game bag for them. The only reason I have this mod is because it actually works out for chickens that it's cheaper with the mod. So yes. Anyway, pigs. Let's go back. If you want to transport the pigs, if you want to, when you come to buy the pigs, you can go about it a couple of different ways. You've got in the menu, not that menu, in this menu here, we can go into, down here, we've got the animal dealer. So you can click on the animal dealer and then obviously choose one of your pigsties, start, and then you can buy them from here. They all do the same thing. And they're all the same price, depending on their age. And so so you can buy them from here at different ages, and then transport them to your pigsty. Now, to transport them, there are two different ways around going that you can do it. So obviously if we take that back down to one, so one adult pig would be £50 for the transport. So like you've seen, if I was to go up to, I can't do that, but it was £400 for 8 pigs basically, because it's 5 times 8. And then, but for the younger ones is only £30 to transport them because they're smaller. But you can still only transport the same amount at each time. Now, a way to get around paying the transport fee is you will need a animal transport trailer for this. There are a couple of different ones in the game. This is the one I've got because it quite nicely fits onto a tractor. And so you can move your pigs around with this. So if you pick this trailer up and then come over to the animal dealer, which on this map is right here. This is the animal dealer, this is the icon. If you go onto the animal dealer and you come over here with your trailer, you then reverse your trailer up to here, or just come up to this icon, hit that, and then it will say your trailer on here, but for this instance we'll just go into that. And then this is a way of avoiding the transport fee because you're doing the transport yourself. And then so then you just pay the cost of what it is to buy them, or alternatively, if you're selling them, we can click on that, and obviously we do avoid a transport fee for selling them if we bought the trailer, but if we're just selling them straight from the menu, you have to pay the transport fee. And so if we're selling them, we can sell up to what we like, and whatnot, and then you can just get your money that way. In regards to, let's go back over to our farm. In regards to pigsties and the ones that you have, let's go into our construction menu, which is not that menu again, it is this one. So you can see, no, don't want to do that. You can see this is our farm, this is our sort of animal area, if you will. These are our 2 pigsties, but you can get, if you go into animals, you can get different size pigsties. So you've got 3 different types here. So you've got a pasture. So on the pasture, you have got on the left hand side there, that's the tip icon. So that is where you will need to put in your food. So whether you are growing it yourself, you would just dump it in there, or if you're doing bags, you would dump it in there. Now the pasture, it holds 30 pigs, but the pasture needs to be given water. So the other barns or pigsties, they don't require water, they do that automatically. But a pasture, that will need water, which you can get that from either a lake on the map, or on this map you've also got, on your farm, you've also got a water tank, but that you have to pay for. From the lake it's free, from the tank you have to pay for it. And then next to that, the third icon is the animal menu, which I've shown you. That just gets you into your specific pasture or pigsty, and so that opens up the specific one. Following that, we've also got the one that I have. Simply, I use these ones because of the somewhat lack of space I have in this one. So you can see it's the same size. So this one, like I've shown you, you've got your slurry pipe here, slurry point here, the animal menu, and also the dump icon, which is where you put your food and your straw. And then lastly, this will be the same, but it's just a much bigger pigsty. This holds 270 pigs. So it just depends on what you require for your farm. And this is all the same. So you've got your slurry point, your dump icon, and also where your animal menu is. So there we are. And you can see why I don't use it. A little bit short for space in this one. So there we are. And that is your different pigsties, pig pens. So there we are. Right. Thank you very much for watching the video. I do appreciate it. I do appreciate you clicking on the video and watching my content. If you do enjoy my content, I will be making plenty more of it. Gameplays and as well as these how-tos and everything else. So if you have enjoyed it, please make sure you hit the like button and press the subscribe button. And I will catch you on the next one.